like going from $1,000 to $1 million, tremendous crash in Bitcoin price. I would like to share an interesting story that how it started. It is a drug, rational, practical, and feasible. This to this, and now she's again. Hi, my name is Abrar and welcome to Crypto Embassy. Here I read crypto confessions and stories that you and I cannot share with our friends and family. Here in crypto, we are daily facing novel problems and situations. Some of us have suffered scams and losses so big that we cannot even think of sharing it with a loved one. But we also know that how lonely and stressful this whole journey is. That is why we are trying to create a supportive community where we can share our problems, and sometimes sharing problems lead to new perspectives that we have never considered yet. So if you have anything to share or confess, reach out to us and your identity will remain anonymous. With that, let's start our today's confession, and it reads: been watching crypto since 2015 and finally got in the summer of 2018. Got early on bunch of coins, formed lots of things, and with initial investment got to a life-changing $400,000. Within 2 weeks, it went down to $250,000. Lost money in Celsius and FTX. Now I'm down to $20,000 holding Dino coins. Freaking hate this space, and family is constantly asking me how am I doing since they see that Bitcoin is up big time. I stopped watching news, started watching 90s sitcoms to remind myself of happier times. So we can say that our friend here is in trouble and is sharing his bad crypto experience, which is obviously most of us have suffered already. So my friend here is a typical example of a newbie, how newbie starts his crypto journey. He starts winning, and then there is a climax where he cannot handle his profits or did not book profit in time, and then he round trips his whole initial investment, like going from $1,000 to $1 million and then back to $1,000. Other than this, we can also sense a hopelessness in your tone, the way you are writing about yourself, the way you are writing about your crypto journey is quite heartbreaking. But let's break it down. Howard, did you explain? But let's break down first what did you say in your confession so that we can answer accordingly. So you were quite early in crypto. 2021 would be your first proper bull run. You hunted lots of airdrop and you made huge profits of $400,000. But then I assume you did not take profit or book your profit, so you went back from $400 to $250,000 in just 2 weeks. And if I'm correct with the dates and time, then within 2 weeks, I remember when Elon Musk announced that he was no longer accepting Bitcoin as a way of payment in Tesla, that caused a tremendous crash in Bitcoin price. Maybe at that time your investment went from 400 to 250k, and then unfortunately, or we can say that you were caught up among the two most worst crypto scams in the entire crypto timeline, which is Celsius and then followed by FTX collapse. But one thing I would like to share with my audience, if we put it right, then Celsius declared its bankruptcy around June of 2022, and this created a ripple effect in crypto market that again shook FTX collapse. Basically, Celsius was a platform which was marketed correctly, but it was managed horribly inside. Celsius marketed itself like a bank, mini bank, but they did not mention that they were not licensed to act like a bank because they were not insured by the government and the law. So what we learned from Celsius collapse was it was a good project, but it was managed by incompetent people. An insider of Celsius saying that it is a story of incompetence. Okay, after 4 to 5 months, FTX collapsed, and I would like to share an interesting story that how it started for our viewers, of course. So FTX is owned by Sam and Binance is owned by CZ. Both of these, Binance and FTX, were the number one and number two. Both of these crypto exchanges, Binance and FTX, were number one and number two in the whole world. So they were secretly at wars with each other, and their founders were also not in liking terms with each other. So one day what happened, Sam started to interfere politically in American politics, and one day on Twitter, he pokes CZ Binance that he's not allowed to enter DC, but he was not aware that this was going to be his graveyard and one of the biggest mistake he ever made in his life. So what happened is that CZ took this to his heart, and after a few days we see an article published by CoinDesk sharing all the balance sheet of FTX, like sharing all the bricks of FTX exchange. So now comes an interesting part where a dirty media, which is by the way name of that media, if I'm correct, of course, dirty media already had a reputation that he uncovered, that he already guessed the collapse of Celsius, and now he posted an article that concluded that if somehow everyone starts selling FTT tokens, which were the major holdings of FTX, how it would make FTX exchange go bankrupt or insolvent. So now was the perfect time for CZ to hit back. He posted on Twitter that he was going to sell $2.2 billion of FTT tokens, which were the major holdings of FTX exchange. And just to add, people already had a trauma from Celsius, so they were truly worried about their investment in FTX. So what happened? It created a ripple effect, and everyone was so worried that they tried to withdraw all their money from FTX exchange at the same time, which caused a collapse. And there were also other reasons also, but this was an interesting fact that I wanted to share, that how two billionaires fought with each other, how two crypto giants fought, and how one of them won, and how how the story went and stuff like that. But sadly most of us, like normal people, were hit by fight of two crypto bulls. Okay, so that is enough to extend my video. Now on to our discussion about solving this particular situation. So my friend here mentioned that he's still holding $20,000 of Dino coins. Basically Dino coins are those coins which were created 10 years ago. Like if we name some of the Dino coins, then it would include Neocoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, XLM, Monero, IOTA, and stuff. The coins which were created before or immediately after Bitcoin, like Ethereum also, of course. Okay, now I'm going to give you 10 cc of a drug that is called hopium, and trust me, it is not a placebo drug. It is a drug that is rational, practical, and feasible. So you have $20,000 in your portfolio right now. And now I'm going to share a real story of my friend, how she went from this to this, and now she's again here, or maybe even higher. So what happened with her? She won big in the bull market of 2020. So she had bought her own house, her own car, but unfortunately the cops and police raided her house and took all the belongings, all the ledgers, all the crypto from her, just because her brother was involved in drug dealings and drug supplying. But she did not give up. She worked in McDonald's and stashed around like $1,000 or $2,000, and then again, and now is the end of 2024 and she has already bought a piece of land in a foreign country and is going to live there for the rest of her life. Okay, in short, this is going to be your second bull run, and every situation is in favor of an imminent parabolic move upwards. And here, every scenario, every situation is hinting towards a huge parabolic move. Why? Don't you see that Elon Musk and Donald Trump is pumping heavily? Plus, you also have the capital to pull off a huge comeback. Many of us have done this before, and this is why we love crypto space, and everyone who comes to crypto is basically looking for this comeback. This is why we love this crypto and whole space, and what keeps us here. So you just need to trust the process and keep grinding. See, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are super bullish on Bitcoin and crypto in general. So I'm sure that 2025 is going to be a year of crypto and Bitcoin. Plus, if you feel lonely or stressed, as we all do in particular situations, I'm soon going to create a Telegram group where we will create a healthy and supportive environment, just like a good community. And yes, you can enjoy shows as long as you have that horrible experience in your mind. We know that your brain has suffered a lot. You are traumatized from that experience. But giving up is not an answer to this. And you know why your family keeps on asking you that how you are doing is because this is what families do. Families care and markets don't. So come on, muster up some courage. Start exploring new and exploding narratives like AI agents, and soon in 2025 I'm sure it is going to be a gaming narrative, because I think GTA 6 launch is going to make a huge wave in crypto space and gaming coins will soon pump so hard. So prepare yourself for that pump. I hope this is enough hopium for today. Embassy out and take care.